of what's going on with COG, Guna G, up in the spot, back at this. And I want to talk about the Arsenal and Newcastle game from the weekend. It was massively important that we came back from that game with a victory after the Liverpool poor result. So, and it's a good sign. It's a good sign we're reacting. Back in the past, what we put up with in the past, watching our boys, our team, excuse me, let me put my seatbelt on. Safety first, guys, safety first, whatever we're talking about, what's popping. But yeah, it was good to come back from the Liverpool. In the past, we didn't have enough character. We dropped a lot of points where we shouldn't have dropped points. Now it's starting to step forward is getting the results where you should be getting the results. And then like games like Liverpool, eventually some games you have to win, you can lose. Even on the small games, it's going to be the odd game where we slip up. But what's impressive is the run we're on, the positive performances we're putting in from a lot of the chaps, the leadership that's in the group, particularly with the new guys like Ben White, Gabriel, Ramsdale. We've still got the guys that have been around for a few years, like Kieran Tierney stepping up. So all in all, it's a positive. There's a positive feel to the place, and I was just happy. I was a bit concerned because you never know with Eddie Howe. First game in Newcastle might have that initial bounce that most clubs have, and to be fair to Arsenal, we played well. We played really well. Like they did have a threat up front, Callum Wilson. There was one or two heart in the mountain, hands in the scary moments. Let's just say it's a bit early, but the boys stood up, and it's just having better quality in the team. What we have to do now is just keep our boys fit. The players like Gabriel and Ben White, we can't afford injuries to these guys, because if we do have injuries to these guys, it's back to before, but maybe the whole club's lifting, so maybe people can get more out of themselves. So we don't know. We just have to cross each bridge as we get there. But at the moment, it's looking good, and it's a positive November. Regardless of that loss, it's a positive November. Normally, for years, November has not been a notoriously good month for us, and we stepped up. So long may that continue. I want to just go quickly through the player ratings. The players I thought who did really well over the weekend. And so let's start with the goalkeeper, Aaron Ramsdale. You're starting to, he's virtually won the whole fan base over now. There's people giving him abuse on Twitter and stuff like this before, but that's all gone. That's all gone. Fan base is fully into Aaron Ramsdale. They're backing him now. I think he's become almost like a cult hero. A long time since we've had a cult hero. But, Ramsdale, the whole fan base loves him. We love the fact he's nuts. We love when he gives gibberish to the oppo, getting him stuck in with the opposition fans. We love it. But on Friday, another clean sheet. Saturday, another clean sheet. Distribution was okay. He did what he needed to do, basically. And he made a couple of good saves, I think. Was alert, demanding, communication. It's all the little things that helps the whole team. So for me, Aaron Ramsdale, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Although it was a quiet day, he did what he did well. Tommy, I like this guy. I know he's maybe a little bit limited going forward, but I just love the fact he defends. I love the fact he wins his headers. I love the fact he's good on the one-on-one. That lovely ball to Gabriel Martinelli. So for me, Tomiyasu, he came in, the fans took to him straight away, and he was on it. Love that. And I think he was one of the better performers on the weekend. 8 out of 10. Ben White, another one. A lot of question marks about the fee when it came in. Did we overpay? Did we overspend? People laughing at us, particularly Man United fans. about because they got what's his name, Varane, and they said, look how much we spent for Van der Vaart, not Van der Vaart, for White, and Varane, it's not new that he gets injured quite a lot, and lo and behold, he's on the sidelines again. White's been absolutely, he's growing. You can see he's growing into the role. In terms of settling into the club, giving us what his ability can do. What I like about him is the way he carries the ball. I like the way he's a good footballer, and I think he was very good on Saturday. And for me, just very calm and present in defence. Like Gabriel's more like war mode, like not erratic, but just on the edge, fiery. And Ben White's that calm, and that's why that combination for me works really well. So for me, Ben White gets an 8 out of 10. Gabriel, he steps up to the physical task. Wilson, despite what anyone else says, and a lot of fans told me he's rubbish, but for me, I like him as a striker. I think Newcastle are lucky to have Wilson. He's not, I'd say he's a very good player for me. I didn't realise how strong he is, sorry. But Gabriel stood up to task. And once Wilson was in a goal. And for me, Gabriel gets, I'm going to give him a 7.5. I think he was good. Areas where I think he could have been a little bit more calmer with his distribution. I feel a few times he played the long ball that didn't get there. So that's the reason why I'm up and down by half. 7.5 out of 10. Tavares, this was an interesting topic because for me, before the game, I said that Tavares deserves to lose his space. I thought that for me, that, regardless of if the player's young or not young, he's still in a men's team doing a job, and the same rules should apply. First half, maybe had a little bit of a Liverpool hangover on him, and he's just eager to impress. And he wasn't always making the correct decisions, I feel. Taking shots where he shouldn't take shots, a couple of wild crosses. But once he settled down and then the second half came in, he looks, for me, one of the, value for money, £7 million so far, at almost the point of the season. He looks like an absolute snip for 7 mil. Kieran Tierney's got a massive fire in his hands right now. And it's good for Kieran Tierney because iron sharpens iron. And for me, Kieran Tierney having a battle for his position where he can't rest on his laurels and having to play really well to get in the team can only benefit him. He's only going to become a better player. Tavares is only going to become a better player. And Arsenal's only going to become a better team. Both the players becoming better players. As simple as that. And for me, Tavares, he was really good. I'm going to give Tavares. I would have given him, based on the first half, he was on a 6 out of 10. But I think in the second half, he stepped up enough for me to give him at least a 7.5. I was bordering the line at 8 out of 10. I love his engine. I love his speed. I think he's such a good dribbler as well. I think that is very important when playing against a low-block team. You need players that can commit defenders. And the way he dribbles and gets at people and beats his first man just makes teams unorganised. And for us, that's going to be a really important ingredient to the team. So long may that continue. Long may that continue. So far as 7.5 out of 10. Let's move on. Let's move on to the midfield. Thomas Partey, very quiet. I'm a bit concerned about Thomas Partey. I'm wondering, is Thomas Partey fit? He's very quiet, but then again, we won the game, so he was in there just being solid, but it was almost like a mirror performance to the Liverpool game. Very quiet, mobile as normal. So hopefully this gets better. I don't know if we can afford to carry anyone in the Man United game. But he came off I don't know what minute it was, but he came off in the end. So maybe he was struggling a little bit. I think I saw that as well. So I don't know. Would you play him for the Liverpool game? Not Liverpool game, Man United game. That's the big question mark. But for me, I'm gonna give Partey maybe a 6. A 6, because what you got to also remember, there's a lot of work that people do that goes unseen that the team needs. And for me, it wasn't an overwhelming performance, but at the end of the day, we won. So yeah, 6 out of 10. Yeah, it's borderline a 5 out of 10 to be honest. But I'm gonna. Yeah, it's a borderline 5. I might give him a 5.5. 5.5. I might give him. That's right. Lokonga, I think Lokonga was a lot better. Lokonga, I love. You know what I mean? I'm starting to see good things from Lokonga. He's looking like a solid player, and I love that ball he tried to dig home. That disguised reverse chip towards Saka in the first half, where Saka maybe made more of it. But yeah, I liked Lokonga a lot. And Lokonga was borderline 8 out of 10 or 7.5 out of 10 for me. Lokonga was really good. He's getting better and better with time. So yeah, this hopefully, if he keeps on his trajectory, this kid's got a bright future. So yeah, 7.5 out of 10. Martin Odegaard, I'm going to move on to next. Martin Odegaard again, even against the Tottenham game, I think he's poor by it. I'm getting a bit concerned. Like I'm hoping he's going to lift his levels. Because at the moment I'm not sure. I feel like Lacazette is offering a lot more to the team than Odegaard is. So I'm a bit concerned with the level of performance from Odegaard. I mean, he was tidy on the ball and he was doing he was tidy and stuff, but I'm just wondering I'm just wondering what if he can offer us a little bit more. I'm getting concerned. Is this all we're going to get? He did press well, a lot of energy, work rate, and trying his best. But I mean, output and end product in terms of creative. It's a hard game as well. But yeah, what I need to see more of Martin Odegaard is that West Ham performance last year. I need to see more of that. But so far, he's not hitting the high. He needs to hit a higher level, to be honest. But hopefully that will come. It needs to come. Moving on to Emile Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe did all right. He was desperate to score, and I think he just needs to stay calm with that side of things and not force it. Make sure he's not forcing it too much, because goals will eventually come if he just keeps doing what he was doing, not overthinking it, and not thinking I have to score. The goals will come if they don't come in the game. As long as we win, that's the main thing. But I feel like if he forces it too much, you want to have that hunger to score, get on the score sheet. But it's just making the right decision at the same time. I feel there was signs once or twice that he's trying to overdo it. Like it's just small signs, but overall, generally he was okay. Picked up the ball. It's hard when you're playing against a low block. I've seen him play a lot better. I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. He was involved with the Saka goal. He did all right, but it wasn't overwhelming again. But it wasn't. I'm not criticising him. He did what we had to do as a team. Sometimes it's like that. You have games like that, but it wasn't his best game, like in terms of. He wasn't bad or nothing. But it's just an average, just above average performance. He did all right. 6 out of 10, paid the full 90. Saka forced the issue. And I really like what I saw from Saka. It's good that he got a goal. He needs to get more goals and assists. He had a chance before that. The more efficient he becomes, the better, the higher the level he becomes as well. So I'd give Saka. He's got the goal. He did well as well in the first half. A threat, an 8.5 out of 10. Started the game horribly. His hold-up play was horrible. Not good enough. Sloppy. And you just think sometimes is it about attitude when you come into the game? It's like some characters come into every single game hungry to get that goal to score. And I feel like that miss is an unacceptable miss for a player of this level. And that's just simply, to me, concentration. When you're that far out of goal, and you've got a chance, and you're striking, you need to be gobbling those chances up. There cannot be any question marks. There cannot be any question marks about that. It's just about concentration. That's just lack of concentration. And that's lack of concentration is, at this level, is unforgivable. Because, you're a pro. You know what I mean? That's a goal for you. That's another one goal. Goals aren't easy to come by. Aubameyang, 4 out of 10. I think sooner we replace Aubameyang, and Lacazette. They've served their purpose. Have they been flops? I wouldn't say Aubameyang's been a flop. He played poorly last year on the team sport. But yeah, Aubameyang, 4 out of 10. It's got to take them chances. Still not a bad start to the season, and what I do like about Aubameyang on a positive note is that in the second half he came out and he worked his socks off. So he was stuck in the first half and then he pulled his socks up, and that's a sign of a captain. He didn't just he got out there, worked his socks off, and that's what you can do. Work your socks off and see what comes in after that. The harder you work, you make the performance. The next step is to perform better, but the minimum has to be to work hard. And I love the fact he came out, he made a mistake, he missed the chance, all right, it happened. Unacceptable, but he did come out and work hard, and that's exactly what the team needed at the time. So, for me, Aubameyang, 4 out of 10. Martinelli, I'm going to mark Martinelli. He's a fan's favourite. I think every Arsenal fan wants Martinelli to do well. And they always cheer for him. And the thing is with Martinelli, every time he gets a chance, well, to be honest, that's not true. This year he's had a few chances. But he's had a few chances not taking them. But this year, on Saturday, he took his chance. And I think the ceiling for Martinelli is very high. He's got a very high ceiling. So I'm going to give Martinelli, that's what you're going to see from the subs. You're thinking, you look at Pepe.
People my feelings on Nenny. Lovely guy, but we're not here for the vibes. We need when you go out there and show us something. For paying money. But our Nenny did his job, just a job man. That's it. All right, 6 out of 10. Whatever, man. It don't matter what I do these guys. Is there anyone else? I like the fact that I'm going to get booked again as well. Lacazette, dead. All right. Few little sighters. These guys, not even worth marking, but that's it. That's all I'm going to leave you guys with. Have a great day, guys. Ciao.